everyone, it's Kay from the Paper Shed. Hope everyone's okay. I'm back with another Mass Make March and it's envelopes and pockets today. So my idea is to make several envelopes and pockets, all in neutrals, ready to decorate when you need them for your projects. I sort of went a bit overboard on the last one to try and explain what I was trying to do with regards to what I class as my ephemera box. As I was saying before, I don't tend to decorate things up. I make the bases and then decorate as I need to with the kits and things that I'm using for each project. So I hope you don't mind. I hope it's something that will be of some sort of interest to you. And we'll carry on. So it's going to be envelopes and pockets. I just thought what we'd do is, and I want to do it all particularly out of scraps or oddments or pieces that are sort of neutral based. Now, the only sort of scraps I've got are these. It doesn't matter what size they are because they'll all come in for something. This was mainly from the Beautiful Blues, and I sort of wanted to steer away from kit bases. But, if I was doing a blue journal and I have got another one to do, then it would work. And then what I normally do is I've got some paper pads which I sort of wanted to try and use. So I've got this size. I don't know what size pad this is, which is 5.5 by almost 4. It's between 3 3/4 and 4. So they're not very big. But I'm sure that we could probably use some of the neutrals that go with this for little pockets, maybe. All these are actually quite nice. I quite like them. Let's try something out of this one. This paper feels a bit thicker. Maybe not. So we'll take a couple of those. Let's just see what's more neutral. Oh, that one's nice as well. Oh, rip that one now. Never mind. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, just a written one's quite nice. That's fairly neutral. These pads that I get are just from Temu, and obviously I've ordered by mistake because you do have to be careful when ordering from Temu about reading the small print to find out what size things are. Then I keep on my desk sort of oddments of papers, full sheets, bits of card that I need and whatever else. So I've got some of this one's okay as well, isn't it? These are quite neutral, grungy neutral, like them. So we'll get a couple of them. I just want to go through and see what I've got. I've got an oddment there. Don't really want to use that. Nice oddment there. So all I'm going to do is just go through. Oh, I'll use that because it's the blue. That's a bit thick. They're sort of pages that I can use. If I can. That's nice, isn't it? The two pieces there. Oh, that'll be all right as well. Oh, and I could use these up. These are quite neutral as well. These are just oddments. That's for tearing. I think my next journal's going to be green actually, so, but never mind. We'll carry on with the blues. And then I think what I'll do is I'll see if I can find, I've probably got more than enough there actually to be going on with. So I'll just pop those away. So they're full sheets. We've got plenty of those. Those are smaller sheets or used. I think the rest were all. So they're my full sheets. There's some used larger sheets. We've got a couple of sheets there and a couple of sheets there. And we've got these oddments. And I think we'll just get going, shall we? I just want to do sort of, envelopes are envelopes. There's lots of, there's a few ways that you can put them together. And let's use a bigger piece for that. And I suppose the easiest one, I think, well, it is for me, is to do the coin type envelope. Let me move that so that you can actually see what I'm doing. So all I'm going to do is gatefold it just so that it just overlaps just slightly, and then just crease that down. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then you're going to do the same. I am going to get the scoreboard though to do that because it'll just help a little. And all I want to do is I just want a 1/2 inch at the bottom as a lip. And I think we'll put in, how big is it? Just over 5. So we'll do 5. And that'll be all right for a lid. So we do it that way, and then all you need to do when you open it is remember that you want to keep the middle 2 tabs. The rest you can cut out. Now, because it's like a queen seed envelope, if you like, I always cut like a very tiny little wedge from that score line to the middle. Same on the top, but I do a wider one on the top, and it does help. You don't have to be so precise about it. And then we're just going to miter these off here and here, and the same here and here. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then we're just going to fold it like that, fold that up and fold that down, and there's your first envelope. I filled my glue up, so that should work, and I'm just going to put a small bead of glue. Oops, I don't want to get it on the paper, on the inside there, and just close that. Make sure that it doesn't stick to the back. I've got a bit, so I'm just going to wipe that off. Okay, and then just a little bit down there to close that one, and then you have your envelope, and that's got a multitude of uses, really. Cute size as well. So what's the overall size of that? So I'm not giving you measurements only because it is a lot easier for you to just get your scraps out and do that. So my envelope is 4 wide by 4.5 long with that sheet of paper. And it's quite neutral depending on, I mean, you could leave that as it is and just fill it up because it's got quite a nice design on it. And I did do it the right way up, which I didn't actually look at, but never mind. So you can do that with your scraps as well. So we've got a nice size scrap there, and that's the right way up. So we'll just do that again. You sort of, I like my line to more or less be in the middle. So yeah, just line the top and the bottom up. Make sure you've got a slight overlap, and then crease that up. What size is that going to be? Oh, I'll get my ruler the right way in a minute. What's wrong? There you go. So this one is 3 3/4, so slightly narrower than the last one. But again, all I do then on here, so everything is sort of pretty quick and easy to do. You can make these up. Now this one's shorter, which is 5.5, so I'm going to do it at 4.5. And then we cut out, where's my little scissors, because I'm using my material scissors. There we go. So again, we're going to cut out a little tiny wedge on the shorter edge. Same on this one. Slightly bigger wedge on this end, on your wider edge. Doesn't have to be precise. And then we're just going to miter those corners in. Same on the bottom. Okay. And then we're just going to do exactly the same. Little bead down here. Okay, little bead down there. Bit on that one, fill that up. Oh, there we go. I didn't score that properly, did I? Slightly out. Just bear with. Just bear with. That's it. That's better. Okay, and then you've got your flap this end. Just fill that in. And that's a nice little size as well for journaling cards. Those two would actually fit on top of each other. You could miter this side in so it matches this, and you could have stacking envelopes. There's loads of options with envelopes. So that's one sort. Then I suppose the other one would be a, I want to use neutral really, don't I? I want to use a neutral. Let's do it with this, just to show you an itty bitty pocket. So the easiest one of all to make is this one, because they turn out just so pretty. And that's it, you've got your envelope. So you glue down that side and down that side. Close that up. Got a nice little envelope there. And then if you wanted to, and you wanted to do a nice little edge on there, I would just fold it in the middle till it meets. Just be aware that you don't want to cut anywhere above this where you've got your gap, because you want your flap to cover that gap. So you want to do this, has only got a little bit on there. So I'm quite limited to what I can do, but you can do anything. So you could make a nice little sort of pattern like so, just anything. And you've got a nice little envelope closure there. Cool. If I show you, if I just get my ink and just edge that, and I'll just show you what that gave you. I think I've left the lid off my ink and it's dried up a little. So that's sort of what it gives you, just a nice little decorative edge. So that's another one. You can do that with other papers in a bigger format. So this one would be nice in this, because it gives you a much deeper envelope. And then bring that over so that you've got a bigger flap if you want to. Loads of options and just so easy to do. Could have done really with cutting that edge off, but I will do that in a sec. I just wanted to get out limited supplies really. So you can do a notch, sort of gauge the middle, do a little notch so that you know that there's an opening there. Glue this up. I'm going to do it slightly inwards because I want to cut that edge off. Get my bigger scissors. I can't cut straight to save my life, but we'll give it a go. Just want to cut that edge off. just slightly. Okay, sorry about that. My camera decided to have a flip again and didn't and stalled. So all I did, you saw me just cut that edge off there, and I've just re-glued that down. And then all I did was I adjusted that, created a little pattern from there, and that was the pattern that we got for that flap. So it's quite a nice size, that, and I don't know what the size of the paper was now, but this is quite a nice size from a remnant piece of paper, I think. So that's quite good. What have we got here? So you can make, that was another one that I did. And then you can make them out of these, which is, there's some squares. I've just cut those out while the camera was off. But I've got a few loose ones here. That was nice because it's that way. So this is this. Because it was that way, it just made sense to make one like this. And then I've just scored it at the bottom here. And again, you just want the middle bits kept like so. This is quite flimsy paper actually, but you can sturdy it by sticking it onto, backing it onto something if you don't feel that it is sturdy enough. And then I'm doing it again, I'm bringing it forward to me instead of moving it over. So just a few beads of glue along there, like so. Put this one up. And that's a nice little pocket. And then what you can do, I like the join to show, but if you wanted your pocket that way, you can. And then all I would do is I'd just get my circle punch and I would just gauge where the middle is and just put a hole, a semicircle there, a little hole punch, and that's a nice little pocket. You can stack these then on a page. Now I did get a page ready so that I could show you, but we're going to carry on and do a bit more just so that I can. So I did this one. I'm just going to glue this up as well. That's quite a narrow pocket, but again we did a nice little just a squarely edge on the edge there, but it just gives you a nice flap on your envelopes, which is cool really. So what have we got now? What can we use? Squares. Let's do some squares because that will create our envelopes. So I did an envelope on one of my videos a few videos ago now, and pencil, and somebody commented that they'd never seen it done like that before. So I thought, oh well, I'll include those in the Mass Make March to show you. So I'm just going to create a cross in the middle. I'm going to then pull this side up and meet that point there. I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to put that point to meet that point there. Then this one comes up and this point matches this line here. Okay, I'm just going to put that down there. And you've got a pocket envelope there. So a pocket envelope is one that hasn't got a crease in here. You can cut this piece off just across, or you can fold it in. You can fold this one down to create your envelope. This time you don't have the privilege of seeing your line, but it's more or less the same. And there you've got a nice envelope there. Or if you were doing it as a pocket and you want to use it as a pocket, you could do that. Glue this part down and then you've got a lined pocket envelope there, which I quite like these. They're quite versatile, and all you really need to do then is just snip these out. So where you've got these crossed over, you can round it and come in. Just round it and come in. Round it into the middle. Round that edge and into the middle. Or you can just snip them out like this. Literally on your score line. That will work just as easy. And then you can work out, well, you can't now because I've cut the end there. But that would be your envelope. I think it's so much easier than trying to work from a scoreboard. And we're just going to glue that in there on those sides there. And then you've got your first little envelope, which is quite a grungy little thing, really. Quite nice. It's a nice basic size. So this one is just over 4 and just over 3 1/4. So nice size little envelope that. So again, you do the same. Let's do a different size. Let's do this big one. I've got loads of lines on this one because it was something I was trying out. So you don't have to use a ruler to do this. You can just crease it, and I'll show you that in a bit. I saw Corey do this the other day, and I thought, oh, that's way better than just creasing it, because I always forget when I come to crease, because they'll rub out. When I come to crease, and I'll show you what I mean in just a sec, so I'll stop talking. And there. Okay, and then you're going to bring this up, and this point is going to sit on this line here, wherever you want it. You just need to have a little bit up. Okay. And then again, you've got a really big pocket there, or you do exactly the same. Open that up, bring that down, put that point so that it's over there, and score that. Cut your little triangles out. I haven't got a rubber handy to rub my lines out right now, but yeah, and I haven't, well, you don't need to be directional with this one. That's your top and your bottom, and that's your innards. Okay, so we're just going to pop that up there. You can then just fold this over if you want to, and that just makes that little inner bit more sturdy. And then you've got a nice, quite large envelope. And I don't know what size that one is. So this one, I don't really suppose it matters. That's 5 by 6. And I used an 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 piece of, was it 8 1/4? I'm sure it was. Yeah, because it's the same as that. So I use the full width of an A4 sheet. So that's about the biggest you want, really, in a, because it's, how wide did I say? How wide? Almost 6. So it will just fit on a page. So we're just going to glue that up. So I'm just going to glue that flat first. Okay, and then because it's a larger envelope, just just glue along that edge and glue along this edge. And that way both edges will be covered and glued. Okay, you don't need to do the middle. And there you have your envelope. You can round the tip just to finish that off. Perfect. Liking that. So this is what I mean. So this is a square. So you just do that in the middle and then do this in the middle. And what I do is I forget that I'm just creasing the middle and I go all the way along normally. So you can see that you've got, can you see? So you've got your square, your crisscross there. And then you just do exactly the same. I mean, it is a little bit harder to see, but you can just do exactly the same. Okay, bring that up. Now I haven't got a line there, so you're just going to have to, there, that's it. This is slightly thicker paper. And then I'll open that up so that I've got a line to follow this way. So there's your middle. You want it to go past the middle, so you want it about there. And then you should have quite a nice, decent sized envelope. There. I just want to, don't think I got that side straight, but it must be straight because, so we'll just do that. That will give us that. Turn this part over, and it only needs to be a bit in this instance because it's a much smaller envelope. Just do that and do that, and that should catch. Oh, I didn't take off my bits. Never mind. So if you do forget to take off those corner bits, it's fine. It doesn't really hinder. And there you've got it. That doesn't actually look straight to me. And yet I got it in line with the middle of there. About there, would you say? That's a little bit better. So this one is just over 3.5 by just over 4.25. So as long as you're not after a set sized envelope, you can just make your envelopes up this way. It's pretty cool. I will cut those from there though, just because it's a bit better on this one. There we go. So that's another one. And I mean, these patterned ones can be used really as they are, or you can decorate them up depending on which way you want to do it. So the next, I did cut another piece out, but I don't really think you need to see it again. So I think we'll do a variety of pockets and see where that takes us. So with this, okay, so the first pocket we're going to do, we want something fairly neutral, I suppose. We want to we want to fold it in half long ways, and we want to fold it in half, exactly half, the other way. Okay, I'm going to bone fold that in because I need to see where those creases are. Okay, then we're going to open it up, and whichever way round you want it, in this instance it doesn't actually matter. So I'm going to bring this one over to almost the edge of there and just crease that line, and then bring this one up to sort of about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch away from that score line. If it helps, ink your lines before you open up your paper. And then what you want to do is, I want to cut this line here, which is the one underneath the shortest triangle. Okay, that's the best way to remember, I think. So I want to cut right to the middle, and then there is a way to fold it. You've just got to work that out. This is the short edge. Fold. So this is the long edge. fold that in. You don't fold that in. Do you fold that in? Fold that in. Fold that in. No. All right. There we go. So that one's a bit too close, so I want that a bit wider. So I'd want that just so that was touching that, really, to give you a better view, visual, if you like. As I said, it's better in double-sided papers, this one. But these are quick and easy to do as well, and it gets rid of a full sheet of paper that you're not storing, and you've got a pocket there ready to decorate. You can use these bits here or glue them down. So you could use these as writing spots on both. You've got, you put glue down there and glue up there, you've got a pocket here, you've got a pocket here, you've got a pocket here, and you can make a pocket on the front as well. So they're quick and easy to do. If I've got a double-sided, I'll show you again, because folding that is a pain to remember. Here we go. It's pretty dark though. It's a pretty dark piece of paper. So you fold it in half as best you can. Okay. I sort of wanted this to be no measure, no nothing. Fold it in half again on the other direction. This is a thicker piece as well, so this would be better. Just going to score those a little bit, open it up, and then work out whichever way round you want. And it's another piece that's that directional. It's in landscape rather than portrait mode, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's going to be on the back. So let's do it this way. So you want to get your first quarter here, and you just want to bring that over right up to the score line of this other piece here. Okay. Yes. Turn it around and then do the same again, but you want to leave a good space between that one and that one. Okay. Try and line it up with something so that it's level and straight. Score that in. Then while you've got this in your hand, the shorter piece, you want to cut this one that's on the shorter piece. Okay. This is the way I remember how to do it. What I never remember is how you fold it. And I think you bring this one across, and then you bring this one up, and no, wrong way. So bring that one across, bring that one up, bring that one over. Okay. Oh, look how nice that is. I know it's dark, but that's quite a nice piece. I love these bits here. That's perfect. I like that. And then you glue along here, and that creates this tall pocket. You can stick it on your page that way, so you've got two pockets there. So that's one, that's two, that's three, that's four. And you can actually put another piece of paper on here, or to create another little pocket there, which you can open up and put stuff in. Obviously, it won't be tall because of this, or you can put a tag in the whole of that front bit. It's quite a lot of options with it, and depending on how you fold it, will depend on which side it goes into your book, if you leave it open as a side tuck like this. But you can fold these ready. So instead of storing your, your sheets, your full A4 sheets, just in a pile, you can make some of these up out of the neutrals. Like that would fit anywhere in a grunge, obviously. It'd be in a grungy type journal, but it would fit. And you just decorate it. You can cover this part here, all of that part there, with writing paper, and then that could become a writing area, a secret writing area. You can do the same on this one, just there though, and you can fit it along there as well. And yeah, got a nice decent pocket. You don't even have to fasten it up until you actually know what you want to do with it. And I think they're pretty cool. So that's another pocket option. Let's just show you again how you fold it up so that we can work it out. So with your big one at the top, you fold this small one in, so it's backed. Bring that up the back and then fold that round there. Okay. So whereas when you're cutting it, you're holding the smaller tab and then you cut that line. Turn it around then so you've got the big tab in front of you. Fold this small tab in, bring it up the back of the big tab and then fold that in and you've got it. It takes a little bit to get used to it, and if you do come back to it, it'll take you a while to get to grips with how to fold it. But there's that one as well. We created these pockets, which I think are cool actually. I think I'll make some more of those. So if I just do it and show you, surprising how narrow they are before it gets to, that'll be about right there. As I say, it hasn't got to be perfect. There we go. See, so you can just use any scraps for these ones. Get your scoreboard. Is there a right and a wrong way? Bring that down, I'm sure. Well, we're not bringing it down, I'm leaving that one because we're creating pockets. We're creating pockets. Okay. And I'm just going to bring that one up. Glue that into place. Yeah, I want that rough edge on the outside. Glue that into place. The thing is, if you make these and they're too long, so if you're using for your scraps and you're making them and it ends up when you come to use it as a too longer pocket. So this would be great for like a bookmark, for instance, because it's quite long. If you create bookmarks for your journals, that'd go quite nice in the front page with a bookmark on inside it. So depending on where you want your hole or your divot, it's not a hole, is it? It's a divot. So I'm not going to make my divot because I don't know whether I'd want it this way round or that way round. It's quite a nice neutral thing, that one there, and I quite like it because you can write on this. So that's quite a good one to do with these little bits. I haven't got much more that I can show you. We can that's quite neutral. Shall we make a little wide pocket? Yeah, see this one, we can create a pocket this way. Yeah. So we're doing it the same as the envelopes, but we want quite a wide piece there. And then what we're going to do is I'm then going to just glue this part. Glue that part down. Okay. We're not gluing that part yet. So it's just the bottom you're gluing, okay? You're going to glue the bottom of this, carry on with that. And then we're going to glue just this flap bit, not all the way though. Let's close it first and I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to go So we've glued the bottom, so we've got a little bit of a thing going on here, but I just want to glue this part to this part here. Can you see where I mean? So just the overlap bit on the top here. Okay. So that you've created a sort of double pocket, or it'll be a triple pocket. Because what you're going to do is, if you've got a piece of card, have I got a smaller piece that I can use just to show you? Well, if I use one of these, so you've got a pocket here, okay, to go in. You've got a pocket at the back if you want to. You've also, if you want to put it in that way, you've got a pocket this side. So if you fasten it onto your page that way instead, you've got a pocket that way. You'll have a pocket inside there, because the rest will be on your book. And then you've got a little pocket in here. And what these are nice for is creating this effect on the bottom of a page. So it doesn't have to be a full pocket right the way across, but you're getting the effect of it, because then when that one's on your page, then that one will go in there. So you'd have this sort of effect going on your page, which is actually quite nice. And they're so simple to do. And if you do those in the neutral papers like this one, you literally have got it already there to work from. Or it just gives you the ideas as well. So when you're looking through your blank ephemera, let's recreate that again in a bigger pocket, shall we? Yeah, let's do it one of these. So what we want then, yeah, it's better, it works better when it's thinner. Let me just see, let me work it out. So it works better when they're thinner strips like this, and then you bring this over to about there so that you've got a decent enough flap. Okay, score that down there. Then you score that over so that you've got a bit of a pocket going on this side. Doesn't have to be big. I don't know if you can see that a bit. Okay, so it works better when you've got longer strips. And I haven't got any, I didn't pull any out. And then what you do is you fasten this end down. Obviously you'd glue the whole thing together. Let's do that, because that's just going to annoy me, isn't it? So we're just going to glue all this down, just to stop it from moving when you do it. Okay, so just glue that down, and then bring that over to join your bottom bit here. This will make this one a bit sturdier actually. And then you're going to do the same, but you're just going to bring it down to here. Okay, so just going to join that up. And then on this side, let me just move my scoreboard, because I don't need it at the moment and it's getting in my way. I just want to score those down, score that down there. And then you just want to just glue this bit that is overlapping on there. You don't want it to go on the other side. Okay, so then you've got your pocket, you've created your pocket there. Wait for it to dry, Kay. Score that down. And then you've got the same again. So you've got a pocket here. Okay, have we got something taller and thinner? Let me just see what we have. We've got a pocket here if you want it on the back. if you're going to put it on the page this way. Let's get you a page, shall we? So I would have done it to the page size, but I'm just trying to sort of show you. So that's going to get glued onto your back on these three sides, okay? And then you'll have another piece, got a smaller piece that will fit. That won't fit in there. Got a nice small piece that will fit in here, like so. So you've got one on the back and one on the front. It's just quite a nice little thing to do, and if they're neutral, you can decorate them up and yeah, do closures with them. So that's that. What else do we have? What else can we do? How long's my video now? I think it's probably long enough. So I think we can class that as a mass make. I think we've got a lot more envelopes than we have pockets, and I probably could have done a lot more pockets, but I think I'll do another pockets mass make on its own, because I think there's a lot more bits that we can make with pockets, and this video's been quite long now. So I'll just go over what we've done. So we've done our ordinary envelopes, which are these ones here. And you know how to use envelopes. You can stack them, you can use them as decoration, all sorts. We've got these envelopes, which are our coin type envelopes or our seed envelopes, and they're always good. You can make those out of, small ones like this size to, the biggest or bigger ones like this. And you sort of make the policy envelopes in the same manner as these. So if you have time to do that and put your brads on with your circles and stuff, that's another good way to stick it in your stash for when you do need it. These were the other little envelopes that I made with the smaller pieces of paper that we had. And these are great for stacking. They're all quite small. This is being the biggest one. But I quite like the idea of doing this on the edge of your pieces, but you don't have to do that either. And then these were made with those smaller pieces of paper. And I quite like these. These are stackable as well. So if you got your page, for instance, I mean, it's like with the envelopes. You could put these over a page like this. I mean, these ones are too big, obviously. But if you had two the same, and you could use those as flip outs. You could use this as tuck spots. You can pop these on like that. So there's lots of different ways to use your envelopes in your work. These ones here you could stack, because I know they're quite small, but you could actually stack them on a page. You could make a sort of design with them. That's quite easy and nice to do. And then you've got these two big ones, which would just be all right for tucking into spaces, really. And there's lots of different ideas for those. Then these pockets here, so these are the same. You do exactly the same as the, where are they? This type. So you start making that. You just do the bottom and leave the top. And then you can do tall ones, small ones, bigger ones, whichever takes your fancy, really. Just leave them off the top, leave the length of it instead of making the flap, and you've all automatically got pockets there. And these pockets will do exactly the same. They'll stack. I mean, that pocket there is ideal for a bookmark because it's a nice tall piece. But yeah, you can stack them. You can pop them on pages this way to have things coming out of the side. There's loads of different things that you can do, really. And then there's these ones, which I think are perfect. These are a great way to use up your little narrow pieces of paper. The length of an A4 maybe would be better, because then you would get it across the full page. So if you had a full length of A4, then just cut it down to the height of the pocket that you want. And then you can, you can do it this way. And then we've got this one. And I didn't glue this down. I will do, though, because I love it. So just to recap on this one, this is how you finish. So you've got your small flap, you hold that and you cut that part. Then you turn it around so that you're holding your bigger flap. You fold this in. So you fold this flap in at the back, fold it up, fold that around, and you've got your, again, you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets and a possible 5th pocket there. And they're cool on any page, really. You can use it as a page, you can put a thing on it to use as a flap. Loads of options. So I think I've enjoyed doing that. I think that's it's quite good. We've had a bit of fun, and we've created some blank things. And to be honest, these don't actually need any decoration whatsoever, these patterned ones. If you do them all in neutrals, then you've got set pockets that'll fit in with anything. So I think we've done not bad. How many did we do? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We've done 15. So we've got 15 items there, and they can all go in my ephemera, my blank ephemera box, and I can just pick out what I want as and when I want it. So I think we've made quite a nice amount of mass make there. I'm thoroughly enjoying Mass Make March, and I'm sure everybody else is. It's great to see the way that different people work and encourage everybody else. So I hope you can take something from this, and and it gets you into the mood of creating, because that's what it's for. And especially all the newbies out there, this is a great way to sort of build a little bit of your ephemera and be able to build on from that. So I hope that you all got something from it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. Go over and watch all of the other Mass Make Marches while they're on. Don't forget, if you do anything and you want to post anything, it's the hashtag Mass Make March 2025, and we'll be able to see what you've all been encouraged to create. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.